and good day to all the viewers. Welcome to our channel Educationist, where we make learning easy for you. Before we start our topic today, must give a thumbs up to this video if you like it and subscribe our channel to keep yourself updated about our upcoming learning content. Okay, now let's get straight into the topic. As you can see on your screen that today we are going to discuss about study of inheritance, and we are going to make the inheritance checkerboard of monohybrid cross. Basically this topic belongs to grade 12 of pre-medical stream, and the associated board is BSEK. Okay, so first of all we will see that at the end of this lesson what you will be able to learn about. Let's have a look. You will be able to learn about biological inheritance. Like first of all, I'm going to tell you the meanings of biological inheritance. Next, I'm going to tell you about the phenomena of monohybrid cross. Then we will draw the inheritance checkerboard, and then we will have a look on the dominant and recessive appearance, and at last we will have the results of this specific monohybrid cross regarding phenotype and genotype of this specific monohybrid cross. Okay, so first of all we will talk about biological inheritance. Like basically what does biological inheritance mean? Biological inheritance is the process by which an offspring cell or organism acquires the characteristics of its parent cell or organism. Whatever the specific alleles or whatever the specific character genes are being carried by the parents, they are going to be transferred in their offsprings generally or specifically and in specific ratio. That particular phenomena is called inheritance, and through inheritance variations exhibited by individuals can accumulate and cause a species to evolve. Basically what happens when specific traits of parents are being crossed with each other, they are having new combination of genes, or we can say they are having new combination of set of alleles which are being transferred in their offsprings. So basically through inheritance, variations exhibited by individual can accumulate and cause a species to evolve. Whatever the evolution is being done in our organisms or in our particular cells, that is the gift of inheritance from nature, and the study of biological inheritance is called genetics. Now we will talk about monohybrid cross. Basically a monohybrid cross is a genetic mix between two individuals who have homozygous genotype or genotypes that have completely dominant or completely recessive alleles which result in opposite phenotypes for a certain genetic trait. Basically what happens when we are talking about monohybrid cross, we take the parent with a contrast single character alleles and we are going to make a cross between them, and we will just have a look about the variations coming in their offsprings. So today we are going to cross these parents with single contrast characters, and we will have their we will observe their results in F1 and F2 generations. Okay, so now let's move to make inheritance checkerboard. As you can see on your screens that we have taken two contrast characters over here. Basically they are having a single characteristic but they are completely in contrast with each other. We have taken a white-eyed female bird and red-eyed male bird. I am repeating, we have taken white-eyed female bird and red-eyed male bird, and in F1 generation we are making a cross between them. So as you can see over here, this is F1 generation which is going on here, and over here this is homozygous female, white-eyed female having same type of genes that are white-eyed, and over here this is red-eyed male bird having homozygous genes from here, that it means that both are red-eyed alleles. Okay, so in F1 generation we are having homozygous parent with completely white-eyed genes and red-eyed genes, but when we are going to make a cross between them and we are having our F2 generation, we can easily observe that we are having all heterozygous red-eyed birds having contrast characters with them. Each of them is having a contrast character, a white color gene and a red color gene white red, white red, white red, and they are completely heterozygous. Heterozygous means that they are having a combination of genes. They are not having same type of genes, but they are having a contrast character of genes. They are having, or they are possessing different genes, but obviously over here, as we know very well, that dominant character or dominant gene always mask the recessive one or covers the recessive ones, and in the presence of dominant character, a recessive character cannot be able to make its appearance. So over here, as we know that in all these four offsprings, the red-eyed gene is there, or the dominant red-eye gene is there. So all the F2 generation organisms are completely red-eyed. Now when in F3 generation we are making a cross between these heterozygous offsprings with each other, what we are finding over here, that one heterozygous parent is being used over here and one heterozygous parent is being used over here. So when red meets with red, it's completely homozygous red-eyed bird, and when red mixes or crosses with white eye, it will again be a red-eyed bird, but it's not homozygous, rather it's heterozygous bird. Again, there is a contrast or meeting up or crossing of a recessive character with a dominant character. We are again having a combination of these both characters in this offspring. So we are having red-eyed heterozygous offspring here. And when these two recessive, so when we have observed that when recessive gene mixes with recessive gene, we are completely having a white-eyed offspring, because there is no dominant character found here which can hinder the appearance of recessive gene over here. So in third generation we can easily see the difference, that we are having 3 red eye offspring and 1 white eye offspring. Okay. So when we have observed that there are 3 red-eyed birds over here, with the contrast of red eye and white eye, or with the contrast of red eye or red eye, so we are having this one is homozygous offspring and these two are heterozygous offspring. But when we are having a cross between white eye bird with the white eye bird, there is no dominant gene available here, so white will make its appearance and a white-eyed bird offspring will be produced. Okay, so now we are moving towards the results of this monohybrid cross. In F1 generation we have used homozygous parents, a complete white eye bird, and crossed it with completely red eye bird. So the offsprings were 4 in number and they all were heterozygous in nature, carrying a white eye character and a red eye character, but obviously due to the presence of red eye character they appeared red, because a red eye is the dominant character over white eye character. When we are going to use F1 offspring as an F2 parents, as we know that they are completely heterozygous, what type of offsprings we are going to find over here? The phenotype ratio would be 3:1. That phenotype ratio means the appearing ratio. Like 3 birds were completely red eye and 1 bird was white eye. Now coming towards the genotype, genotype ratio would be 1:2:1. Genotype ratio means some of them are homozygous, some of them are heterozygous, and some of them are having their recessive character appeared in them. So at the end of this F2 offsprings generation, we have found the results that red-eyed birds were total in 3 in number, and white-eyed bird were totally 1 in all. So when we will talk about F2 offsprings, we can easily see over here that the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Like 3 birds are red eye and 1 bird is white eye. And genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. That is, 1 was completely homozygous red, 2 were heterozygous red eye bird, and 1 was completely white eye bird. So as a result of which we have got red-eyed birds, they were completely 3 in number, and we have got one white-eyed bird at the end of this cross. And when this cross will move on and on from generation to generation, more characters will be combined and evolution starts to occur from generation to generation. And a time will come that a new species or a new organism with a complete different range of alleles which with exhibit. Hope that this video would be informative for you, and it has helped you a lot to make your concept building. Thank you for watching this video. For more learning videos, please subscribe our channel and must give a thumbs up to this video. God bless you all.